A very good morning to you all. My name is Lucas, and as of late, I've been working on completing my personality, becoming aware of the unconscious side of myself. I have been reading a lot about Carl Jung. A lot of his work interests me a lot. He was a psychoanalyst and a psychiatrist, and he developed some fundamental ideas. For example, introversion and extroversion has been created by him, but also the shadow. The shadow is the unconscious side of each and everyone's personalities, and this is the part of your personality that you are not fully aware of. For many people, this is a negative side, and I think that is the case for me as well. It can also be positive, however, especially when you are a person of lower self-esteem. But for many people, the shadow simply refers to that repressed side of your personality that you are not aware of right now. So I think for me, a lot of that is anger that I have not been showing in my life at all the last couple of years. I'm rarely angry. And I think it's important for me to be aware of my anger, to know that I'm actually capable of doing harm unto others, and to then use that knowledge to make the decision to not do that. Instead of me thinking that, hey, I am a harmless being, I would never do anything like that to anyone, because that's simply not true. And for me, I've been seeing it in my dreams a lot, where there's a lot of that angry side coming into fruition, which is, I think, dangerous, because you repress something like that for too long, and it builds up. So you have a shadow side as well, and this is the side of your personality that is, like I said, something you are not aware of. So look into your soul and think about what you have been repressing or what has been repressed, and try to work on just going through the process of going through those thoughts. For example, if it's anger for you, take a trip down that lane. For me, sometimes I make some music and I start to really talk about what makes me angry, and I see that something comes out of me that I didn't necessarily recognize before. When you feel resentment toward another person, let them know about it or write about it, but don't deny it to yourself. If you feel bad about something, it is good to admit it to yourself. Now, another side of the personality, which I think is a bit of a subsection, but it's the male side for females and the female side for males, which can also be repressed in society. Now, when he developed this idea, this was more the case, generally speaking, because in the 20th century, female and male roles were more traditional and more binary. Now there's more room to be a feminine male or a male, a masculine female. But for me, I had to work on integrating my female side, which he calls the Animus, which is his creation of the female version of Anima, which is a Latin word. But my Animus, my female side, had been underdeveloped until, I would say, about a year, because I started hanging around more females, and I noticed that I could allow my female side to flourish more. While back in the day when I was growing up, I'd usually hang out with exclusively guys, mostly in the friendship setting. And now I can totally embrace my complete self. So the anger side, I feel, is starting to integrate, and the feminine side is integrating nicely as well. As you can see, I am more joyful. I am more emotional in a good way. I am capable of violence, but I don't actually act on those things. I do have awareness of it, which I think is very important. I do not repress it, so I don't burst out in anger ever. I just air out my thoughts. I talk about what I think about, and when something really bothers me, I write it down, or I talk about it with a person that will understand me and will help me to deal with those thoughts. But for you, if you're a female, it might be beneficial to hang around more men to uncover that masculine side. If you're a male, vice versa. And as for the shadow work, look for what is something you are not aware of in your personality, and really think through those thoughts. And for me, also, what I said before is it's playing music or writing, just going through those thoughts that you think might have been repressed in the past can allow you to be aware of what you were not aware of before that is deeply nested inside of you. And I think you can notice it inside of your dreams as well. I think that's also very useful to write down your dreams and to see what's there, what part of you is something that, hey, you were maybe surprised about. That's kind of weird, but it can really help you understand yourself. And with that said, understanding yourself is extremely beneficial to knowing what might be beneficial to you in this life. So go out there and complete your personality, integrate your shadow, your anima, your animus, whatever that may be, and become a more complete person and flourish in this world. Have a great day today, and I'll see you for the next one.